or radiation, and they wanted me to take that pill. My cousin had asked, "Well, doctor, let me ask you this: if it was your wife or your daughter in the same situation, would you have her take that pill?" And he said no. That was my answer. I didn't take the pill. I've worked at Northwestern for 20 years. I've done registration in the breast center. I worked in the breast center, and I'm a chatty catty. I like to talk, and I like to hear other people's story along with mine. When they come, they say they've had breast cancer, they have surgery, and there's a lot of people that has taken that medicine, and that medicine causes blood clots. It causes ovarian cancer, and I'm thinking, like, why would I want to take something that's gonna cause another cancer?
Right.
Or why would I want to take?
Quick, I'm gonna cut you off real quick because I got a couple of questions on some things you said, but I just want to interject that this is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and we gonna let you know this is Dudes and Dominoes. I got to do this real quick, sis. Here we go. We coming right back. I'm Andre Lazar. Welcome to Dudes and Dominoes. Y'all know what it is. Let's go. Hey, Dudes and Dominoes, this is what we doing. This is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. We got a great guest, one of the most coolest, smoothest, energetic women that I know. Of course, Yolanda Kennedy. She is the special guest today who has went through breast cancer, and she was giving her testimony and just giving us some information. But guess who I got behind me right here? Come on, look over my shoulder, man. Guess who I got behind me right here? Go look over my shoulder, man.
All right.
Now that is her husband. This is Mike, and Big Mike is her husband, and they went through this together. And this is something I want to get into. I know you were getting into the medicine, but tell me, what was your first thoughts? I want to ask both of you all, but first you, Yolanda, what was your first thoughts about family when you got the news that you had breast cancer?
First thought about family, I wasn't thinking about nobody. All I had rolling through my mind was death. I sat in that office and I just cried. Me and Mike said, the doctor said, I give y'all a moment. And then after that, I wanted to let my family know, because, family is important, and everybody stuck by me. My husband, he's a wonderful man. He stuck by me, and I was like, I was feeling some type of way after I had my surgery. I was like, thinking before I had my surgery, not knowing what I was going into having the surgery or which route I was going to take, because I didn't know exactly what the stage was, and I was thinking I was going to be walking around with just my breast gone, period, or one breast gone. I didn't know how that worked. This was all new to me, but my husband, he stuck by me 100%, and hey, we still here.
Amen. That's what's up. So Mike, how did you feel when they first told you? What was your thinking and thoughts?
It was levels to my concern. First concern was when she went to the doctor, she came home and she said, maybe they saw something. And the doctor said, it's probably nothing. I said, yeah, you're right, it's nothing. I got concerned, but I didn't want to get her upset. So we said, we're going to check it out. They check it out. They do a biopsy. Then we got to wait for the biopsy to come back. Biopsy come back to was cancer. Now I'm afraid, because all I know when it comes to cancer, it's nothing good. I wasn't educated. I knew nothing about breast cancer. But through this journey with my wife, I did get educated. I did learn they caught this early. And the doctor told me and told her, you got any concerns, let me know. And they let us know there in that office that the good thing is we caught this early, it's treatable, and she gonna be all right. And I didn't need to hear nothing else, but she gonna be all right. Nothing else matters to me after that.
Amen. Amen. And so, sis, when he said something, he said early detection. I know. Did you say you caught it on a mammogram, or how did you?
A mammogram. They did a mammogram and they see a lump. They saw a lump. They saw something.
How old were you then when they saw that?
I was nervous and scared.
I'm saying, how old was you?
I thought you said how were you then? I was what? What was that? 12 years ago. 43. 43.
Okay. So usually in your early 40s.
Mm-hmm.
So now they say 40 years old is the age when you should start getting a mammogram. What? Because what I seen, I think I was looking at it. I think I seen there's want to say like 30% of women who get breast cancer are under the age of 30, under the age of 40.
I think they should start getting it at least the age of 21. But what they do is since I've had breast cancer, my oldest daughter is 32 and my youngest is 28. As soon as they found out I had breast cancer, they were supposed to start getting their mammograms. They were supposed to, because they don't start mammogram. I don't think they started doing mammograms to age 35 or 40. And as soon as you find out that your parent had breast cancer, you're supposed to start, and it doesn't matter what age. I think you probably at age 18 or as early as 18 or whatever. They supposed to start getting mammograms.
I got you. So it's a hereditary thing. So what we find is that this is a hereditary thing. I see that Yolanda somehow we having technical difficulties with Yolanda, that she's fell off. But gentlemen, we got to bring you guys in now. Dudes, where y'all at, man? Y'all hear testimony of sis. What do you guys think? Where are you guys at what do you guys take hold when y'all think about her particular situation? Her and Mike.
Early detection, education.
Just don't settle for one. Like this has been defeated. There's a lot of options out here today for this disease.
Right, Yolanda, I see you came back. I was just asking the table what they thought about your testimony, and all of them say early detection. Would you agree with that?
And you have to do your research as well, because what I found out too is that these doctors put you on all this medication and they get a percentage. They get paid a percentage for you getting that medication. So that's another reason why you have some doctors that just put you on medication just to be, to be putting you on to get the money. And you have some that give you medication only if you need it, if they feel you need it. So when I heard that, and I said I never had a doctor call me, and the oncologist that I had at first, she was calling me every day. Did you get your prescription filled? Did you get your prescription filled? And I'm like, what doctor calls you like that and keep asking you? And I kept telling her I'm not taking that. And then when I went to go see her, she was trying to get me to take that medicine, and I kept telling her, I said, I'm not taking that medicine. And I stopped going to her. I had went to somebody else.
So your reason for not taking it was what? I'm just curious.
Because it causes ovarian cancer and it causes blood clots. You get blood clots in your leg, you have no idea to notice you have a blood clot in your leg. Next thing, boom, it can go straight to your heart and you out of here. And then I wasn't trying to get rid of one cancer to get another one.
I got
you.
So yeah, what would you tell ladies, just to, I'm glad you was able to take time out from you are a nurse. So let everybody.
No. I'm not a nurse. I'm registration. I'm registration. I register patients that come in through the immediate care.
But you work at the hospital.
I used to. I work in immediate care now.
Oh, immediate care. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, the healthcare industry.
Healthcare. Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right. I knew you was in healthcare. All right. So in the healthcare industry, this is someone that's in the healthcare industry. So she's not someone that's not familiar with things. So not to keep you, I know you got things to do, and I'm grateful that you were able to come through. If you could leave something with the community, with the sisters in the community, the daughters, the aunties, all of them, what would you say to them, and what advice would you give?
I would tell them to make sure they go every year to get their mammograms. And not only that, make sure you go every year and get your physical done, get your labs done, because you can detect anything as long as you're keeping up with your physicals. And I know mammograms is not the funnest thing to be doing. It's uncomfortable, but to have that one uncomfortable moment just so you can make sure that everything is fine so you can have a comfortable life, then I would suggest you get your mammograms every year like you're supposed to, and get your physicals and make sure you get your lab work done. That's
That's
it.
what's up. Come on, y'all, give it up for Yolanda.
All right now.
Hey, hey, we usually don't allow ladies in the praise cave, but we let you in because you that special. So look, I got on
Oh,
my shirt.
thank you. Yeah, and I'm missing my son's game, so
Oh, hey, there you go. Hey, her son played for Northern. He playing Ohio right here, right now. Y'all go check it out
right.
after the podcast. I love y'all. Hey, thanks a lot, sis. We'll
See
see
you
you
guys. Thanks for having me.
All right. All right, fellas. So that's a big deal because all of us have wives. And so what I want to ask any of you is, I want to ask all of you, especially, well, except for Mike, because he went through it. For us that haven't been through that, do we take that? How do we even look at breast cancer as a whole? I'm just throwing it on the table.
Well, I had a sister that had breast cancer. And then I had a niece went through with her mother. But my sister and her daughter, my sister passed away. But my niece is going through it right
don't hesitate to get a second opinion. Because what I found out when my wife was sick, each doctor that we spoke to had a different course of treatment for her. Not necessarily one was better than the other. That's when you got to do your education, your reading, and figure out what's best for you. And we talked to a couple of doctors. We started out, like she said, Cancer Treatment Center of America. That felt like it didn't feel right over there to me. I felt like they wanted to experiment on my wife.
So, FYI, I had to do a disclaimer. The views and opinions are not of that of Dudes and Dominoes. Right. It's just the host, because we got to make that disclaimer as you called out a name.
And okay, I got you.
No problem.
But she had several. That was just one of the opinions that she got. One of the doctors she talked to. That she talked to several doctors. We talked to several doctors. We sat down and asked questions, and she came up with a course that we were comfortable with, a treatment that we was comfortable with, and she's satisfied with it, and it worked out for her. Like I said, every doctor don't have the same course of treatment for you. So when you're dealing with something that's serious, any kind of cancer, don't hesitate.
Absolutely. Yeah, I agree with that 100%.
So, question: anybody got any last words they want to say on this subject? Because I got something we gonna talk about. I want to talk about my man Kanye. Y'all hold on. Anybody got any last comments? I'm gonna let it roll. Any last comments? Well, let me just say this, man. I'm gonna go again. For as far as breast cancer awareness, we just wanted to do our part and just share this with you guys, just to bring it to your attention. That make sure that the ladies and the people and the men too, make sure you're getting your annual physicals. And ladies, I know they say 40 years old, you need to have mammograms, but if anybody in your family has ever had breast cancer, make sure that you're checking out, asking your doctor for a mammogram, because you have a history in your family of women that have breast cancer. We bless you all. We pray the glory of the Lord be upon all our women, all the ones that are associated with us, and everyone that sees this broadcast. We love you. Hey, Praise Cave. Let's give it up for the women. All right, now. Hey, we gonna be back to y'all right after. Y'all know what it is. I'm Andre Lazar. Welcome to Dudes and Dominoes. Y'all know what it is. Let's go! Hey, we welcome back, man. Dudes and Dominoes, let's go. Y'all know what it is. Hey, look, man, so here's the next subject we want to talk about, Dudes and Dominoes, today. Listen, we got some things going on. I got a guy that's running for Senate. He's out of the place of Georgia. Everybody knows who he is. He used to be somebody I used to like. I liked him a lot, actually, back in the day. But right now, he's not one of my favorite people. We want to talk about anybody up on that election that's happening out in Georgia, Atlanta, Georgia.
With Herschel Walker and the other senator, the split the vote.
Right. So Herschel Walker, y'all. So when you look at the likes of the Herschel Walkers, and you look at the likes, I don't want to put Kanye in Herschel's category, but there's many people that's putting Kanye in the same category as Herschel. So my question to you guys, and I'm gonna just throw it out on the table. What do y'all think about how Herschel Walker is looking in the eyes of the public, or the overall consensus of the public, our white friends and brothers?
How does he look from their perspective?
Or from our perspective? Either perspective you want to go with. Hold on, man. My bad.
That was the word I was just saying. I was thinking about like, yep.
So he never raised none of his kids. Was he ever married?
No.
So he was never married, never raised any of his kids.
Yeah, 4 kids, 4 different women. Some he has rarely seen or supported. The ones that he has supported are not supporting him. So I don't know what kind of father that is.
Wow. What do you think about that, Donnell?
Herschel Walker.
Yeah.
I don't want to say. I'm gonna say that you might have to do a disclaimer.
Hey, don't just say you can say what you want about my man, because
I think he's Uncle Tom. He's Uncle Tom, and I think he don't realize he's being used.
So is he as an Uncle Tom?
I'm with him. I think he's being used just to split the vote.
Yeah.
To get the
Hold on, but y'all just said something big, man. So he's an Uncle Tom?
Yeah, because what he said he believed in and his actions is not what he believed in. What the white people is telling him to believe in.
What it says to me is he's selfish. He know what he's doing. He don't care about what he's doing. He's being selfish because he know the life of a senator, of a congressman it comes with perks. It comes with money. He's doing that for himself. He don't care. And what it says to me about the Republican, they will do anything to win. They will put this man in there. They know he don't represent what they believe in, but if they can get him in there to get his vote when it comes to these votes in Congress, they will do it. They will step to any low to control the Congress in the Senate.
So you think somebody, because of course people are bagging him and making him run.
Has he ever? Is this his first political reign?
No.
I don't think it's his first. I just think,
but it's just not on this stage, right?
Yeah.
I was done with Herschel Walker when he got on stage with Donald Trump. And Donald Trump endorsed him.
That was it.
Red flag.
That was it for you.
Red flag there.
Q Dog, I ain't heard you say nothing, man. You look like you tired, brother.
Yeah, a little bit.
Come on, man. We need some energy up in
Man,
here.
Herschel Walker. I think Uncle Tom too.
You think you're Uncle Tom? Uncle Tom. Let's define Uncle Tom. What's Uncle Tom to me?
I think
A front person for
Yeah.
white man.
they're using him as a symbol, and they care nothing about him. But they use him as a symbol so he can try to get more votes from us and to keep us in line. So
To keep us in line?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Well, that's the only reason. So that when I say in line, I mean as far as votes go.
So is there a difference between Herschel Walker and Kanye West? What's the difference to y'all?
Can I say this about Kanye West? I think even with this platform we're doing right now, anytime we address anything that Kanye West do, we giving him more
Attention.
So let's talk about it, because I think right now it's some people at the table that don't think Kanye is crazy as you think Kanye
I
is.
don't think Kanye deserved the attention that we're giving him.
What you think, Mike? I got a feeling Mike don't think that way.
No, I was going to say mental health is real. I truly believe something wrong with that young man. I think something went wrong when he lost his mom. I watched that documentary on Netflix with him and his mom and the bond the two of them had, and how she supported this guy. That woman, you look at that, and then you look at how he is now. You don't know where this is coming from.
So you think
other than mental health?
You think it's mental health? Okay. What about you, Otis?
Yeah, I think. Well, the one thing I sometimes don't like is when people think Kanye speaks for Black people.
No,
I mean he does not. He has a following. I think it's like 30, 40 million, on his Instagram or whatever. But people kind of confuse that with following him and believing in him and what he says.
So let's talk about what he says, because I think I ain't gonna lie to you. I listen to the guy, and if you really listen to him, he's trying to say some real stuff. He just gets caught up. He's not articulate. He need to write it down like he do his raps. But if you think about the stuff he's talking about, it ain't like the man is saying some. I ain't talking about the anti-Semitism stuff. I'm not talking about that. But even when he's talking about that, he's not meaning that the Jews he want to kill the Jews. He's saying that he's dealing with the people that's in position of powers in these particular arenas. He's naming names we ain't never heard before. He's naming names people ain't never heard before. This man is he's worth $11 billion. So you don't get worth $11 billion as a black man, and you ain't got no contracts where people you're contractually obligated to speak certain things. He don't have that, and he's a black man in America. That in and of itself tells me he got some opposition. Why Mike over there getting the money? But now listen to me. What y'all think about that? Just that in and of itself.
No, but I just think he does. I think he does stuff for secondary, sir. I think he's saying do things to get shock value.
Shock value. Why would he have to get shock value? The man worth $11 billion.
No, is that true?
Yes.
No,
what
if
is
it wasn't true,
you never know what someone's
Forbes. Go to Forbes.
Billionaire, I totally agree, but you never know how many.
Okay, once you get a billion, man, stop, man. What are y'all talking about? This is a black man, a young black man in the United States of America, worth $1 billion, and you telling me he don't have no opposition and he ain't controlled by nobody? Jay-Z worth $1 billion, but Jay-Z, he ain't finna say a lot of stuff. You know why? Because his money is tied to stuff.
Trying to get that
Kanye money, see, it's a difference. Russell Simmons, I heard this, and I'm gonna let you say something, Q. I heard Russell Simmons say this, because remember, Russell Simmons, whether they realize it or not, he paved the way for the fashion, for the hip-hop fashion world. It was Russell Simmons. So I heard a podcast on I heard Russell Simmons just give us a little soliloquy. And what he was saying was, Russell said this. He said he never had a problem with the Jews in his that have helped him. And listen, Jews have helped blacks forever since the civil rights. If it wasn't for the Jews, we'd have problems in the civil rights. They gave their money, they gave their lives. There's no doubt about it. So I'm not sitting here and I'm not ever going to go against a Jew. That's not what I'm here to do. What I'm saying is the people in power that he's dealing with, they are Jewish people. And so I think what he's talking about, just like when he said, I forgot what he said, they talking about he gonna kill all Jewish people. He talking about he just like we used to say that back in the day. What he said, I forgot the term he used, but it was nuclear, right. He said I'm gonna go nuclear on these months. You know, we used to do that when we finna go off at the gym.
He said I'm gonna shoot up the school. They made a big deal out of that.
The thing is that the man is saying now that kind of stuff, he say stuff like that. That's what gets his message lost.
Well, what's his point? What do you think he's trying to say?
So what I think he's trying to say is that the people in a position of power use the media platform to keep us as a whole, black people. And this is what he said. Black people as a whole thinking a certain kind of way. And you can't tell me that ain't fact.
I think that the part of, like I said, I try to listen.
That's why ain't no love music on the radio. That's why ain't no love music nowhere. What's that? I shot that nigga on the corner, and then I pulled up on his wife on him. And now you know what I'm saying? Like, come on, dog.
No, but I agree. Sometimes I have to okay, what is his message or what is he trying to say? Because the last interview, he was getting interrupted and he was saying stuff all over. Again, he was talking about nuclear and people taking that literally and all those kind of things. And then it's like, okay, how is his message? So his message was about how, that certain Jews are controlling the industry and how he was going to expose them because he can speak like no other ones can. And again, that was his message. Now, he wasn't getting that through because of all the other things that he was saying. Like Mike was saying, he needs to write some things down and make sure he stay on point. But I get that. But the part I don't agree with is that it's an entire conspiracy because he's dealt with several people who have, as he said, tried to sabotage his career or tried to do certain things or hold certain people back. He put them all in the same category.
And I think that's where he loses his message. I agree with that.
And you said people were trying to sabotage his career. Some of the things he's doing right now is self-destructive. I don't understand some of the things he's saying and doing. He can't possibly think this stuff is helping him. Other than he don't care. Maybe I got mine. I don't
Not to get off
Go ahead.
but not to get off the subject,
Go ahead.
but when you was talking about the media, if you watch the media,
Mm-hmm.
if you listen to Fox News,
Mm-hmm.
Donald Trump is the best thing going for America.
Exactly.
But if you go to CNN,
Come on.
he's the worstest thing. You know what I'm saying? So it's
Yes,
like we I don't know. We did.
And when Fox News is talking to the people who believe that.
But listen to what Kanye is saying. This is exactly what he's saying. They use media platforms to take people, regardless of who they are, any people of color, and he's saying how they're holding people of color back by media, and because he's a free spirit, free thinker, and he starts talking. But his problem is he should write before he talks. But when you listen to what the foundation of what he's saying, it is so true. How many love songs on the radio?
But the thing is,
What's the new R&B love album?
Still,
but like Mike said, his ending statements always be self-destruction. So when you like that, what you say before that, nobody else remember that.
I agree with
Until
that.
you
Mental
say,
illness, it's
when
no
you
doubt
start
about
talking
it.
about shoes, schools up.
It's
Nobody
no
heard
doubt.
nothing. Did you hear anything before he said that?
I got a question on that.
I
So
agree
y'all
with
know how Donald Trump talking all crazy. Was anything issued to him saying he was crazy, he was mental illness, everything he did?
I agree.
And the
See what I'm
president- and
saying?
the presidency?
That's exactly what I'm saying.
So then,
And that's what Kanye said. You're
right, because he's a millionaire.
Right.
All the things he did, said
Grabbing,
and
right.
everything, they didn't say anything, no mental illness about him.
Exactly. And that's the point of what Kanye is trying to say.
Yeah.
He's saying
I get
they y'all putting this narrative that I'm crazy. Y'all put this narrative all this because you don't want my voice to be heard because y'all don't own me. That's what he's saying. Now, of course, some of his tactics are weird, but wasn't nobody saying that when that mug got up and said, man, Bush don't like black people. Everybody was on for Kanye then,
Behind
right? It was behind 100%. But when he tell you, black person, you tripping because we got to do something with ourselves. Now he ain't. Now when he trying to say we need to hold ourselves accountable, because that's all he's saying to black people. We need to hold ourselves accountable. Not saying that the way he said, like what he said on TMZ when he's talking about slavery, the boy got mental sickness. But at the core of what he's trying to accomplish, I think he's not freaking what's his name? Herschel Walker. By no means.
No.
By no means.
I mean, well, first of all, if he has $11 billion, that is, I can speak my mind money. That
He got billions of dollars.
Well, but again,
Jordan got billions of dollars.
we don't. Jordan is
LeBron got billions of dollars.
LeBron speaks up.
LeBron speak up when it's for LeBron. When that stuff went down with China, what LeBron say?
Not everything he speaks
When
up
that
on,
stuff
but
went down
LeBron
with
will
China,
speak up,
LeBron said what?
On certain situations, he puts his money where his mouth is. He's supported more people in college. I'm telling you, there's always some negative to some positive, but I'm saying LeBron puts more actions behind what he says than a lot of other celebrities. And we can't expect.
But you can't say that, bro.
Everything.
You cannot say that. Jalen Rose, you said more than others. Jalen Rose had a school, and you ain't never heard of it.
Yeah.
Michael Jordan didn't open up a whole hospital in North Carolina. You ain't heard of
Is
it.
probably my favorite athlete of all times, and he's bought more houses for women than anybody. But he don't jump in front of the camera.
That's the point. So you can't say
but
more.
I'm saying LeBron has done that type of stuff too, because he's.
But you said more
than a lot of others.
All right.
Of all
That's not
athletes,
the topic.
I said
You
more
took
than
us off
some
topic,
others.
You took us off topic.
I like Kanye, but he make it hard for me to try and defend some of the things he's doing and saying right now. I don't understand it. I don't agree with it. And to me, it's self-destructive. And it's not to any positive value.
So majority of Kanye music, I don't really have to like what he said out of his mouth.
But I don't necessarily like his music. I like his story. The man comes from nothing. I like that relationship he had with his mom,
Mhm.
the respect she had for him, and how she supported him. He
Mhm.
went from nothing to a billionaire.
Mhm.
That's what I like about
That's the same
Kanye.
Kanye.
Now
Yeah,
that music I can do without, but I'm impressed with that. But what he's doing now, I can't.
You don't care for it. You know what I'm
Not
saying?
at all.
All right, well, we're going to
That's
agree to
fine.
disagree because I think Kanye
That's
is
fine.
not that bad. I think he's a man that has issues with articulating his thoughts. And when you a free thinker and you think so far ahead, sometimes it's hard to articulate what you're trying to say, even though you know what you want to say. It'll come out, but it'll come out different from what your mind was thinking. That's just what I believe. So without that further ado, I go ahead.
But you never told us your opinion of Herschel Walker.
Herschel Walker? I think Herschel Walker is a guy that is being used by the right wing. I think he's a guy that's he's every stereotype that the white man or that the I would say the racist white man would ever say about blacks is Herschel Walker. He's the athlete, he's the ignorant, he's the I love white women.
They're
He's
trying to put him as the poster child of a black man.
He's
That's not black man.
quintessential. He's the quintessential what's he called poster child for that dude that they want to paint a proud brush with how we are, and that's what I think he is. He's a clown in my estimation, and it's very unfortunate. It's very unfortunate that he's being used like that. And the reason why it's unfortunate is because his reach could be so much more. All right, it could be so much more. So it's very unfortunate. But yes, that's what I think about Herschel Walker. All right, with that being said, man, this is the final topic, dudes and dominoes. We're gonna get out of here. I'm gonna give y'all a bonus round. Y'all heard about this cat named Charleston White? Anybody heard of him?
No.
You never heard of him? You never heard of him? You never heard of him? All right, since y'all ain't never heard of him, Mike, you heard of a guy named Charleston White?
Oh yes, Charleston White is.
All right, talk. So this bonus round, y'all ain't never heard.
Y'all heard Charleston White.
So y'all finna get educated on Charleston White. Then we gonna get up out of here. All right, Charleston White, talk to me.
Is he black or white?
He's a black guy. I think he's a attention grabber. He say things to shock you, but some of the things he say got some truth to it. Hey, you listen to him, you might like. People say he's talking crazy, he's talking off the top of his head, but a lot of stuff he say got some truth to it.
Is he a radio personality?
No, Charleston White he was charged with murder at the age of 14. His brother is doing a 30-year bid for murder, and he murdered some people at the age of 17. So that's his back. That's what he come up with.
Okay.
His mom raised him. So he was a Crip. He was a hardcore Crip coming up out of Texas. He was real hardcore. And then he just got a revelation one day. He was like, man, this gang ain't nothing. These niggas ain't riding for you, etc., etc. And so now he's like, he's an advocate. He's an activist in his community. I did a little research. He does some, as far as for troubled youth. Mm-hmm. He's an advocate for them. He's very popular in his community. However, this mug has a vendetta against every rapper that there is.
Yeah,
so he wants to take stuff personal.
Nah, he going crazy on him. He told him he putting all of them in jail. He say they done more harm to the African American community than any police officer. Why should I get mad at a police officer who he's the least of our worries? We got all these gangs out here. That's our worries in the African American community. We don't have you rape our women. He said they pillage our neighborhoods, and this is his agenda, and he's hardcore with it. Wow. He ain't hold back. Any rapper you name, he done came at him hard. He just got off the line fighting T.I. and Boosie.
They want to do something.
And he called their kids ugly.
Yeah.
He ain't playing. And then he got cornered on the street. And what he does is he calls the police. He tell them straight up, I'm putting you in jail. Yeah. I'm calling the police. If you threaten me online, I'm calling the police. Like this is his MO. Because he's saying y'all niggas need to be in jail because y'all are the detriment to our community. And I agree with a lot of what he said in his tactics. He said, I will be a martyr for this and I'll die for it. And I seen them, they coming for his head. And every time they show him on the street, that mother never back down.
So that he must have been that follower of that rap music that got him into that game.
He an older dude.
But still,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Some part of that rap music must have got him like living that stuff. That
But
they
he's
rapping
very
to.
intelligent. He's
Right.
not. It's not like he's saying, "Well, it's all rap music."
Yeah.
He's looking at our community, and he's looking at the community and what is the examples in our community. What's your thoughts, Doc?
I ain't no thought. I just think he's a very talented young man. Just like you spoke on Kanye upbringing. I read about him. He was 14 years old, they wanted to send him away for a very long time.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
His name is again what? So
Charles White.
I think I'm kind of worried about the guy because
You YouTube Charles White.
they want to do something to him, and you know he got to be careful out here because
But he said he's willing to die for it, and I believe him, man.
well, you know they will do it.
Oh, he don't
Do
get a
you
chance.
think that he is kind of a Malcolm X type who say things that people know are true but don't want to hear?
Absolutely. He absolutely saying stuff they know is true. The thing is, so here's the thing about the street and then civilians. So the street, here's the code in the street. This is just when you're a gangbanger, you in the gang, you in the street, you in the street life. So you go by street life rules, right? Then you have civilians. Civilians call the police on the gangs, right? That's the rules of the street. However, here's a guy that was a street dude that's living civilian rules. You see what I'm saying? In essence, I know what y'all doing because I used to do it. You see? And so that's the thing. And I'm going to leave it at that because y'all don't know enough about it, man. But check it out because I'm going to tell you the reason why I brought that up and the reason why I want to bring this up for a bonus round is our community is in desperate need of us as men to stand up, somebody to stand up and tell the truth that when things are not being, when things are, and we talk about media, and when we talk about, and the reason why I wanted to tie this in is because when we start talking about media, think about the music they allow to be in the mainstream.
Right.
You know, think about it, man. The music they allow to go anywhere, and it's always having to do with somebody getting killed, somebody getting raped, or some of this nonsense in our community. So I wanted to bring it to our attention so that we can do what? Provoke thought, provoke change, and make a change in Jesus' name. That's what we got. Praise K, man. Dudes and Dominoes, we out of here. Hey, man, we'll see y'all next time. Dudes and Dominoes, we love you. We'll talk to you one time. Dudes and Dominoes, we out. Love you. Peace.
It was something, just speaking of